Hello and welcome to this Warhammer 40k narrative campaign video with me, Marc, from the Xenovids channel. So this is the first episode of the narrative campaign. We've taken a look at the story behind the Desolation of Aurorus, and now here it is, the first armies to come. So we're going to go through the storyline. I'm going to show you the picture board, the map again, so you can familiarise yourselves with it, and then get on with the battle report. So, the story. On the planet of Aurorus, a strange psychic energy has manifested itself into a storm. The storm is covering the planet completely, and all that is left barren is an Eldar base. Now, just before this Eldar base has been engulfed by this psychic storm, they were managed to activate a psychic shield, a force field preventing them from being attacked by this psychic storm, as the fauna and animals on the planet have been. Now, many races have been drawn to this planet for different reasons, and none more so than the Orcs. The Orc Warboss Knucklecracker has sent his men slightly ahead of his spaceship, shall we say. Slightly ahead of his spaceship. And they have crash landed onto the planet. Some of them landing into the storm and breaking up immediately. However, most of them being able to make it to the Eldar fortress or just outside. Now it is a race against time for Warboss Knucklecracker to make it into the Eldar base. Some of his men are already there, and they are being attacked by the militia of the gates. So in this battle report, we will see Eldar versus Orcs. Hello and welcome to this Warhammer 40k battle report with me, Marc, from the Xenovids channel. This battle report today will be from the narrative campaign. You should have just seen the storyline, and now it's time for the actual battle report. So I'll show you the board, the deployment, and talk about the rules as we go along. So on this planet Aurorus, it is essentially a Garden of Eden world. So it is all grassy and lots of forests. So if you can imagine, from essentially this line onwards, the storm is coming in, and that will be coming in every few inches per turn until we get to about turn 5 when it actually reaches here. So the objective today is the Orcs to make it into the base. Now, being Orcs, they didn't all arrive at the same time or in the same place. Over here we've got a truck that has been immobilised with some burners in. A squad of 18 boys. There's a pain boy in there as well, and a knob with claw. We then have an Orc Warboss there. It's the one from the Orcs versus, I do believe, Space Wolves one. It's the Grot Ripper thingy, probably there. Carry on with the Orcs. We've got I've converted myself a mech, big mech, with that shock attack gun, and he's on top of a bike. So he's a biker. It's kind of cool. There isn't a model for it, so I've converted it that way. He is on his own. And then we've got an Orc Warboss Knucklecracker. There he is. Forge World Orc Boss on a bike. He is leading a troop of just 10 war bikers. No knobs, just 10 war bikers. The Eldar now, we have 12 Storm Guardians here, next to a portal. 12 Storm Guardians here, next to a portal, and 5 Rangers here. Now, there's a portal just here. Now, these portals, they're linked with the central base, which is that way, essentially. And as the game goes on, there's more likely reinforcements coming from the Eldar. So these will be aspect warriors that they have, like backup, really. And as we go along, so on turn 1, on a 6+, an aspect warrior unit comes through. Turn 2 is a 5-up, then a 4-up, 3-up, then on a 2-up on turn 5. But turn 5, they should have made it into the base. Rules-wise, it is night fighting turn 1, but because there's a storm happening and there's tremors and stuff, no unit can move more than 6 inches per turn. per phase even, so they can move 6 inches and then run, or 6 inches then assault, but they cannot go their full 12 inches like they normally would do. If they do turbo boost, that would only be up to 6 inches for them as well. So that's the game today, Orcs versus Eldar. Who do you think will win? So between the Orcs and the Eldar are the red dice, the Orcs are the green dice. The Orcs have rolled a 3, Eldar rolled off the board, and it's a 5, so it'll be Eldar, turn 1. Do the Eldar get reinforcements on a 6+? No. Do the Eldar get reinforcements there? No. And do the Eldar get reinforcements there? No. So movement wise, the Guardians are going to move closer to the Orc boys. And these ones will kind of try and shuffle up a little bit forward and try not to keep in range of that. So we've done a visual representation there of the storm cloud coming forwards. Very close to those Orcs. So the Eldar Rangers will shoot at the Warboss's unit. Ranger rifles all hit. Needing 4s, 1 wound and 1 rending shot. The Warboss will take the bow, so the armor save of a 4+ failed, and the rending shot, well, there's a cover save there of a 6+, which was made because of knife fighting. So he has lost a wound, down to 2 wounds. These Guardians will fire into the truck, needing 3s, getting a good amount of hits there, needing 6s to glance. Not a sausage. This squad of Guardians is going to shoot into the Orc boys, needing 3s. Now needing, I think, 4s. Yeah, needing 4s. 6 is there, so Blaze Storm comes into effect, but goes through the armor anyway. So there'll be 3 6+ saves, which is for the night fighting. Nothing. 1, and then 2 Feel No Pains there. Have the Pain Boy in that unit. Not saved, so 2 go down. Those 2 closest. So end of the shooting phase. 2 wounds off the Warboss, which is a bit. 1 wound off the Warboss even, which is a bit devastating. I presumed Warbosses were wounds 4, but apparently not. And 2 just normal boys have been killed. This unit of Guardians will assault this unit. There'll be some overwatching. Some overwatch happening. Just 2 go through, and now needing 3s. That's 1 wound. Follow-up armor save. Armor save failed. Distance, if I roll double 1, they fail. Everything above that is in. And over 10, they're in. So, Eldar Guardians going first, needing 4s to hit. Not getting as many hits as the Eldar would have hoped to. And now, because they're strength 3 against toughness 4, they need 5s. And 3 wounds. So that'll be 3 t-shirt saves, none of those made, and 3 Feel No Pains. 1 made, 2 die. As 2 goes down. The Orc boys attacking back now. Again, not a great roll. Needed 4s, and now to wound, they need 4s. And got 3 armor saves for the Eldar Guardians. 3 dead Eldar Guardians. Now the Pain Boy. 1 hit, no wounds. And now the Warboss needs 3s. All hit. And now needs 2s. All wounds. 4 dead Guardians. And lastly the Knob with the Power Claw. 2 hits. 1 dead Guardian. But the Orcs won by quite a lot, and the Guardians did not make their leadership save. So to roll off now, Guardians are the white. 5 and a 2. The Guardians get away. They run back 8 inches, which takes them to there. Okay, going into Orcs turn 1, the Bikers are going to move up 6 inches. So will this Warboss. Well, Big Mac even. These guys are going to disembark, and these guys will get a little bit closer to the truck. So after the movement phase for the Orcs, the burners have got out of the truck. These have moved closer to the truck, and the Bikers have advanced forward. So going into the shooting phase, the shock attack gun is going to shoot into the Rangers. 2d6 for the strength. 9. Luckily I don't incur any of these. It is just a strength 9 AP2 ordnance large blast. Popping it straight on their heads. Scattering. It manages to still clip 2. So needing 2s. Got 6s. That's good. Now there will be some cover savage there. But on a 1, 1 does die. And this squad will shoot at the Rangers as well. So the dagger guns into the Rangers. Needing 5s. Good amount of hits, but these are twin linked. So needing 2s to wound. And now having a 2-up armor save. Cover save. 3 go down. Burners igniting their burners, weapons, flamethrowers. So that being 27 wounds, needing 3s. It's AP5, so it goes through the armour, and there's no cover saves against flamers. That entire squad has just been scorched. There's a little leadership test to make on this. On a 12 he fails and goes back 5 inches, so that brings him down to there. So the end of turn 1, pretty good start for the Orcs. Lost a couple of wounds of the Warboss, lost a few boys, but the lightly armoured Rangers and Guardians could not stand up to the Orcs. Now, the storm is coming in. I forgot to mention it will be a d6 plus 3 for the distance it comes in. Ooh, an 8-inch distance moving that way. So I'll move the storm forward in just a second. But no, the Orcs doing alright, they're surviving, but with it being turn 2, reinforcements could come in. So the storm has moved up, and it's very, very close to these Orcs right here. So let's see if any reinforcement happens. The portal's being blocked by these guys, so if they were to come in, it would be a mishap, so we're going to ignore that. This one over here, nothing comes in. This one over here, nothing comes in as well. Oh dear for the Eldar. Maybe the Farseer planned it this way. Anyway, leadership to regroup. Makes it, I think. And leadership for the Guardians. They make it. Now, he lost all his buddies, so I'm presuming it would be a double 1 to regroup, because he's under 25%, and I didn't make that, so I'm going to make him fall back 7 inches. That brings him to there. But these guys have regrouped. Okay, these Guardians are going to shoot into the Orcs, needing snapshots because they had just regrouped. They failed, and it's going to fire a shot with its pistol, and that failed as well. So that's the end of Eldar turn 2. These burners, they're not going to risk it, they're going to go back into the truck. Movement has occurred, the Bikers have moved forward, the burners are still in the truck, and the boys have stayed still. They're going to go into the shooting phase. These guys are going to turbo boost, and the Guardians are going to be shot by the Orcs. So just turbo boosting a little bit there, and a little bit there. Orc boys shooting at the 3 Guardians. Just 4 hits. Needing 3s. That'll be 3 wounds. Armor saves. 2 fail. That is the shooting phase there. Oh no. Got to do the Warboss. He failed to hit. So that's the shooting phase. Does that Guardian have to fall back? On a 6 it does not. And the Orc boys will charge him, and let's just say, for argument's sake, they destroy him. So, not a great start to the Eldar's turns, but maybe reinforcements come back a little bit later. We're going to roll the d6 for the Storm. Only 1. 1 plus 3 is 4. So the Storm has moved up slightly. The Orcs are almost in the base, but this is a game that will go to turn 5, so can the Orcs survive some reinforcements from the Eldar? Let's go into Eldar, turn 3. As it is turn 3, it's a 4-up. So this one, yes, this one, no, that one, yes. So we have 5 Dire Avengers there, and 5 Howling Banshees there. So the movement phase, they have come out in the movement phase. They're able to shoot, but they're not able to go into close combat. Fortunately, it's following the rules from coming on from reserve. So let's go into the shooting phase. Just shooting into the bikes, needing 3s. Needing 5s, but 6s go through armour. Wow. Yeah, and I didn't jink. So I'm going to take the armour save first of a 4-up. That's made, and then 3 wounds on the biker squad. And that is 3 war bikers just killed outright. For the purposes of the narrative campaign, this Orc Warboss is a named character created for this campaign, and he is fearless. So the unit will become fearless. That's just kind of his aura. That's his rule. But he still lost 3 war bikers. Howling Banshees shooting into the Orc boys with their pistols, needing 3s, and then needing 4s. 2 wounds. 2 feel no pain saves for the boys. Both made. So 3 war bikers have been killed. That's all the Eldar could muster this turn, but the Orcs won't be getting any reinforcements in this entire game, so every casualty means a lot really. So let's go into Orcs, turn 3. And moving the bikers up 6 inches, almost in the base. And moving this one too. Okay, so movement has finished there. What's going to happen now? We're going to go straight into the shooting phase. These guys turbo boosted the previous turn. So they've managed to come up all the way, and with their 6-inch movement just then, they're pretty happy there, so I'm not going to turbo boost them in the shooting phase. And these guys haven't moved either. So let's go into the burners, seeing if they're in range. Okay, definitely in range for most of them, if not all of them. Okay, getting 15 wounds, needing 3s. So getting a good amount of hits. That was 12 wounds. They do have a 4-up armour save though, with that aspect armour. 1, 2, 3 failed so far. That is a cock dice. 4 die. A shooter on top of the truck. That is a wound, and that is a save from the Howling Banshee. Dagger guns into the Ranger. Needing 5s. Yeah, not so good this time around. Is Twin Link though. Getting a couple more. It's 3 wounds. And save, shrouded out in the open. Almost made it. And now the Orc boys shooting at the last Howling Banshee. Getting 3 hits, 2 wounds, and failing one of them, so the Banshee does go down. At turn 3, let's see if the Storm advances by quite a bit. 4 plus 3 is 7. And with that, the Dire Avengers have been engulfed with the Storm, so they are removed. Now, the Eldar only have 2 portals that are active right now, but because of a Howling Banshee squadron and a Dire Avenger squadron has been completely destroyed, they could just come back as more reinforcements. So let's carry on into turn 4. Reinforcements on a 3-up. Yes, and this one. No! What are the Eldar doing? So Dire Avengers have appeared. Dire Avengers shooting into the... Let's go into the Orc boys. Okay, drop 1 dice, so... Yeah, they need 4s, any 6s go through armour saves, but it goes for armour saves anyway. Up, feel no pains. Wow. Okay, going into the Orcs' turn now. The bikes are well and truly into the base. That's all of them there. And yeah, that's pretty much what I'm going to do. Burners, seeing what they can do. The wounds here. And these are all 4-up saves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Crispy Die Avengers. Okay, moving the storm up. 5 plus 3 is 8 inches. The storm is almost upon the base now. There are no Eldar in the base, so we'll go straight into the last turn and see if reinforcements come down and do some damage to the Orcs. Over there. Yes, and over there. Yes. And now we have 10 Die Avengers and 10 Striking Scorpions appearing out of the portal. A last-ditch effort, it would seem, to take down these Orcs. Avengers shooting into the Orc boys. Getting a good amount of hits. And now wounding on force. Getting a good amount of wounds, and now for a 5-up, feel no pain. Not so lucky that time. Little shots then, shooting into the Orc mech. Getting a good amount of hits. Needing 5s, but 6s go through armor. 1 6. And that is down to 1 wound. Going into the Orcs' turn now. We're going to see if they can take down some Eldar. So, after movement, the burner boys are still in the truck. The mech is not happy with these striking scorpions, so has moved back and firing up his gun. And everyone else is kind of going towards the Die Avengers. So we're going to roll for the mech's gun to see the strength. A 5 and a 5. Oh dear. Maybe I should have done the flamers first. No shot is fired. Immediately place the mech in base contact with the closest model or point the target unit and treat them as being locked in combat. Oh dear. So there it is, locked in combat with the striking scorpions. So the burners can't do a thing. Daka guns from the Warbites into the Die Avengers. And twin linked. Wounding, needing freeze. Some armor saves. 2 die. Okay, so now for the Orc boys shooting into the Die Avengers. Oh wow, some good hits. And 3 wounds, so 3 armor saves to be made, and 1 goes down. We're going to do the shooters from the tank into them as well. No hits. Let's go into close combat. Warboss, we're going to shoot into them so they will overwatch. 6s. Wow. Okay, needing 4s. 6 goes through armor. Sorry, needed 5s because the toughest 5. So I've gone through the armor. 1 more bike is dead. Charging into combat. Only 4 inch. That is just enough. Boys will charge in as well. Avengers will put all their attacks on the Warboss. And getting 1 wound. And he made his save. Warboss is going to go first. Getting 3 hits. And 3 wounds. Orc boys. Getting a good amount of hits. And now they need 4s. Again, a great amount of hits for them. And there'll be a few armor saves. Could this be the end of the Die Avengers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, yes it can. So the Striking Scorpions will attack. Striking Scorpions need 4. Bad roll by them. And now they need 5s. It's better. 4-up save. Lost a wound. The mech goes down. 6. 2 plus 3 is 5. So with that, the storm is about to shatter onto the base. And with that, the game will end. So what happens now is, as was said in the narrative, the giant shield generator activates and the shield goes over. The Orcs are safe. If they'd have failed this mission, they would have been out of the campaign completely, but they are safe. They didn't get their bonus though. The bonus was to table the opponent. They had the chance, but the mech messed it up there. So, one pin is going to go on the board for the Orcs. Let's see where they go. Got the board here. This is the map area of the base. So the Orcs, they will go right here. Push that in. The Orcs have been established on the planet of Aurorus. And so, the Eldar have fallen on this part of the base. The storm has crept up and smashed into the shield, but the shield is holding. The Orcs, however, have been successful, and they're able to mount a small counter force against the Eldar. Although not being able to destroy them all, the striking scorpions managed to escape back through the portal. The Orcs now are slowly establishing a small base on the edge of the Eldar fortress. The Orcs are safe for now.